Hey there, everybody. Z here, coming at you live once more through the power of the internet and the Pearl Lemon channel. Okay, today we'll be taking things a little bit differently from where we were yesterday. If you don't know, the link will be in the description. But yesterday we took a look at installing local WordPress offline server that allows you to build, edit, and optimize websites without needing to purchase a domain or a hosting. But I figured that many of you, since you are starting off at a very new to web development or SEO, that maybe you don't even know what those terms mean. So I thought that I would give you guys a quick list, a quick rundown of some of the most important terms you're going to be running into in terms of web dev and the like. Okay, so as you can see here, I am currently on the Pearl Lemon website. There is an SEO glossary here available for anybody who wants to view and just take a look at things through here. This is an excellent tool for you to be able to actually get to know what it is we're talking about when we talk about things like domains, domain authority, ranking, crawling, all of these things. All right. Uh, and it's also something that's very important because even though it sometimes can seem super confusing why we use these specific words for specific things, it's because when you're in a niche like web development or SEO, you start to understand that certain words mean certain things to certain people. And if you don't understand that kind of language, you can't really communicate properly. So if you're getting into web dev, I highly recommend you just come here and you just read through some of these. You don't have to do it all in one time. Take it at your own pace, but go through this and actually look at what some of these words actually mean in order for you to be able to understand what it is exactly that you want to, get into. Okay, so you can see there's plenty of descriptions here, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, right? So today we'll be starting off with just some simple descriptions of some words, getting you to understand what it is that we actually do as SEO and web development specialists. And then tomorrow we'll go back to WordPress and take a look at the different functions of the dashboard of WordPress and all of that. So, in essence, there are some key terms you're going to have to get very familiar with if you want to work with websites, right? First and foremost, there is obviously domain and hosting. If we go all the way up here, domain starts off right here, all right? The domain is basically the address, like it says here, of your website on the internet, while your hosting is basically the plot of land associated with that address. Your hosting is basically the website's name. If you go up to the URL up here, it's this here. For us here at Pearl Lemon, our URL is pearllemon.com. But if you're working at YouTube, it might be youtube.com. If you're working at Facebook, it's facebook.com. All of these various things all tie together into what we call the domain. And there are various domains out there. Some domains are cheaper, some of them are more expensive. And usually, when you purchase a domain, you purchase it for a period of a year or much longer. Okay, there are different packages and all of that, which we'll get into when we go into the actual development and deployment of your website later on. But for now, just know that the domain is one of the most important things that you can have and research when you're actually building a website. Certain domains and extensions, basically the .com, .gov, .uk, .za, all of that, those are sometimes associated with some specific things, and it's very important that you know what those are when you're working in web development and SEO, so that you can buy the proper domain for yourself or your client whenever it is you're going through this. After domain, there was a word I tied into there, hosting. If we scroll down here, well, we don't have it, we'll have to add it then. Hosting is basically you're going to a server like GoDaddy or service like GoDaddy or Namecheap. I know in South Africa there's Access. There's plenty of these services out there. Hosting is basically you're going there and you're saying, look, I don't want to go into the nitty gritty. I just want some space on your server in order to run my website off of here, right? There are plenty of examples of sites out there that are just running off of hosting without a server or without a main server or anything of that nature. So it's basically saying, okay, I just want to host my website here. Let's just do this quick, 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 easy, easy, easy. And that's basically you're getting an allotted amount of space on a server somewhere where you're going to basically be placing your website. And then people using your domain name will access that server and get information from that. Information going up to the server, pulling that and coming down to your computer. And that communication via the internet is what allows your website to function. Next, we have SEO. If you scroll down here, SEO. SEO or search engine optimization means everything you can do in order for your website to appear in the best possible position on search engines, right? So this is basically saying, okay, hey, look, my website is new, right? So if somebody types something into Google, I'm not automatically going to pop up. I'll be way, way far behind in the search rankings. But as I post more content, as I do everything that Google wants me to do with my website will slowly start to pop up higher and higher and higher in those search results, getting a stronger weight to its name. And through this, when somebody searches something, I'm more likely to pop up. SEO in terms of business, broadcasting yourself, getting your name out there is one of the most powerful tools you can possibly use. It is exceptionally powerful, and I highly recommend that if you're trying to get into web development or creating profiles and websites for clients, you do take a look at SEO. It's very important for you to know what it is actually goes on in this section of space if you want to be successful in web dev. And then finally, we have web development, which I don't believe is here because it's a very, 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 very broad term. All right. So web development simply refers to the creation, deployment, maintenance, and optimization of a website. Okay. Basically, everything you see here, a web developer put all of this together. They created all of these, what we call menus. They created this button up here. They created all of these nice, pretty little graphics. Everything here they created and put together how you see it here. That's basically how web dev works. All right. And like I said with the SEO, without web dev, you wouldn't have a website to do SEO on. But without SEO, nobody's going to see your very pretty website. So these are some important terms for you to get into the habit of using and looking up. More importantly, you can use these to help narrow the search if you're having a problem with something, right? For example, there's plenty of other things, indexes, inbound links. We've got keywords, keyword density, links, link building, local SEO, meta descriptions, meta keywords, meta title, meta tags, alt tags. We've got all of these very, very fancy words that you really need to understand in order to start speaking the language of SEO. So, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to hit me up in the description down below. Hit me up in the comments, sorry, and leave a comment there. I'll be sure to reply back to you ASAP. This seems like a bit of a confusing journey, and to be honest, it is. But as we go through this, things will slowly start to make sense to you. So things will slowly start to come together in ways that you, as an individual, can understand. And remember, any type of learning it's not a race; it's a marathon. You take your time with it. You get through it at your own pace. Don't put in 5 hours of work only to realize you're burnt out the next day and you can't do anything. Do stages, do bits and bobs until finally you feel comfortable with it. As we go through this, you'll be getting activities and exercises that you'll be able to use to take a look at everything and get comfortable with web development, SEO, and SEO optimization. So that's it from me. If you've liked this video, please comment and subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.